Hi everyone, this is Smruti. Welcome to QA automation classes. And in the last session, we have learned the definition of the CI/CD and what is CI, what is CD, what is the entire process, how exactly it happens. So today we'll be creating a pipeline, right? And then we'll see how to configure the pipeline. Okay. So the first thing is to go to the Jenkins. Okay, I have already logged into the Jenkins. Go to the Jenkins and manage Jenkins. We need to install a plugin. Okay, so the name of the plugin is the build pipeline plugin. Let's go. I think I have already added that one. Available plugin. Just search build. Sorry, let's go to the install plugin first. Okay, build pipeline plugin. If you see, this is already added. If you don't have this plugin, you just go to the available plugin and try to search it over here and then select and install it. Okay, so after installing, the plugin will be available for the use. Okay, so since I have the plugin already installed, I don't have to reinstall it. So I have to create a pipeline view first. Okay, so let's create a pipeline view. Let's say delivery pipeline. Okay, let's say delivery pipeline is the name of the pipeline, and this one we can see. Okay, so this is the what we are going to create, and you can say build pipeline view. Okay, so okay, and create. So now the delivery pipeline view is already created. Okay, and if you want to give some description what exactly this pipeline does and all, you can do pipeline view title, pipeline flow. Okay, so basic thing is here we will select based on the upstream or the downstream relationship. Okay, and whatever is there initial, it will pick some initial job which one to start. So pipeline means basically what we'll do, will in pipeline we'll have a sequence of the jobs to be executed, guys, right? So here I'm saying based on the upstream and downstream relationship, you go and invoke those jobs one by one. Okay, and for that one we have to give what is the initial job it will initiate or it will trigger. So after the initial job is triggered, then it will see what is the downstream job configured for that initial upstream job, right? Let's say the job 1 is there, and then in the job 1 we have defined as a downstream job as the job 2, right? Then after job 1 is completed, job 2 will kick in the job 2 we have defined job 3 as the downstream configuration job. So then the job 3 will get executed, right? So that is going to happen. So here we'll revisit this one. Okay, but before that we have to, whatever the default setting is there, just go save, apply and save. Okay, so now we have to create the jobs first. Let's go to the dashboard. Okay, and here you can see that delivery pipeline, whatever pipeline we created, that came here. Okay, but before that we need to create the multiple jobs. Okay, so what are those jobs? Let's say I'll create 3 jobs. Okay, the first job would be my build and deploy to QA. Okay, that is one job. Okay, the code base will be built, and then after build is successful, it will be deployed to QA. That is my first job. And after that, after the build is deployed to QA, I need to start executing my automation script on top of those build. Okay, if that automation scripts are successful, then I'll say okay, so now the code has been verified in the QA, then promote the code to the stage. So deploy to the stage will be the another job. Okay, so we can do one thing, we can create 3 jobs for that one. So here I think build and deploy to QA I have already created. Okay, let's go here, I'll show you. So configure, so let's do one thing, I can delete this one, I'll create one more time. Okay, build and deploy to QA. Okay, so okay, this is the job, delete project. Okay, okay, new item. So I'll say build and deploy to QA. This is the first job. Okay, just going as a freestyle project. Okay, Okay, so for this one we need to do one thing. We need to create a batch file. Okay, and in that batch file we'll just have some echo statement. Okay, so batch file, we can go here, see users, Smriti. I think I already have build and deploy to QA. Okay, so I'll just show you what it is. So if you see, it is echo build is successful and code base is deployed to QA. So this is one. Okay, so then we can create one more like this. Okay, build is successful, automation test passed, and this is for the second one. Okay, automation script is passed and code base is deployed to stage. Okay, so file, save as, so this will be deploy to stage. Okay, so all files deploy to stage, I'll say dot bat. Okay, why did it save? Sorry, let me check one more time. Why did it save as? Okay, so let's go to the C drive, users, Smriti. Here we'll see deploy to stage dot bat. Okay, and here you select all files. Okay, and then just say save. Okay, so here you have the deploy to stage. Okay, so we have build and deploy to QA and deploy to stage. Okay, so these are the two jobs I created. Okay, for automation we'll have actual automation job and we'll try to run that. Okay, so now here I have to give this location of this job, right? So here if you go to the build steps, okay, so add build step. Okay, in the build step you will say execute windows batch command. Okay, select the first option and here you have to give the location of that file. Okay, so let's go and copy the location. So this is the location slash give the name of the file including extension. Okay, so let's rename copy dot bat. Okay, so this is what we have to give. Okay, so now this is my first job. Let's say apply and save. Let's first see if it is running or not. Let's say build now. So one build got triggered, and if you go and see the console output, you can see build is successful and code base is deployed to QA. So basically here I'm just creating a sample job here. Okay, but you in the actual company, in your DevOps engineer, they will build the pipelines. Okay, and there they will have the so many steps will be there, like how to copy the code to the Docker images, and then how those will be run, and how those code base will be deployed to the different environments. So that will be done by them. Okay, so our part is to integrate our automation code base to that pipeline. Okay, so now this is the first job that we created, build and deploy to QA. Okay, so this is my first job. So similarly I have to create a second job. Okay, so what is my second job now? So my second job will be automation, I can give it some name like automation test job or something, automation test job. Okay, so let's say automation test job is my second job, and it's a Maven project. Okay, so I'm planning to get the information from our GitHub and try to run that automation framework what we have created. Okay, so here as usual you can give the steps and all. Source code management, you say git. Okay, and in the git, what is the repository URL? You go to the Selenium framework demo public repository, and from here go and copy the URL. Okay, since it is a public repository, we don't have to give in any credentials as of now. Okay, if it is a private, I can go ahead and have my credentials. Okay, we don't need to add it now. And then we can scroll down, and what is the POM build environment pre-steps. Okay, so this is the POM.xml and goals. So what is the goal? so we have to provide our goal, right? So the goal is clean test, I believe, right? Clean test hyphen d browser equals to Chrome, right? Okay, so clean test, okay, hyphen d browser, sorry, browser equals to Chrome. Okay, so this is nothing but our parameter, that browser parameter we're passing, and we are using the goal as the clean test. Okay, so then apply and save. Okay, this is what we need to do, this much. So if I build now, let's see if this build is going perfectly or not. It is able to connect to that git repository and execute it or not. We need to check that. Okay, so let's wait for some time and see. Channel started. Okay, cloning repository, see, it's cloning that repository. And okay, I think it took the your maven command line argument from here. Okay, and then it is compiling. Okay, it looks good till now. Let's see when the execution will start. Okay, now it is compiling. Okay, running test suite. Okay, so if you see, the execution already started, right? So it is reading the data from the Excel, username and password, and it is going to start executing. Okay, so if you see, the execution is already happening. So let's wait for it to complete, then we'll just see. Then this is the second job that we created. Then again we will go and create the another job, the third job that we have already created here, right? That is for the deploy to the stage. Okay, so for that also we'll create another job for that one. Okay, and then we have to link them. Okay, and here in this automation job we can mark the upstream job. Okay, so let's go to the configuration here. Okay, so pre-step, okay, let's say build after other projects are built, and here we can give build and deploy to QA. Okay, so this is my upstream job for this automation job. Okay, so that's how now the automation job is linked with the build and deploy to QA job. Make sense, guys? Okay, so now if you see Maven project automation test job, this is the second job, our automation job. For that, the upstream job is build and deploy to QA. This is important. Okay, so now let's go to the third job. Okay, so now we'll go here, and here downstream we can specify the third job, but third job is not it here. So we'll again create the third job, and in the third job we'll have this automation test job as the upstream job. Okay, so now let's create a new item. I'll say release to stage. Okay, so this is my release to stage is the third job. I'll go with a freestyle project. Okay, so now build steps. Okay, add build step. So I say execute Windows batch command, and here again I have to give the path of that file, right? So release to stage.bat. So I can go here copy the path. So here slash and deploy to stage.bat. Okay, stage.bat. Okay, apply and save. And okay, we'll just build now. Let's see. Successful. Okay, fine. So if you open this one, so now it is successful. Okay, so but we need to again configure this one. We have to add upstream job as the automation test job, right? So let's go to the configure. Jenkins looks to be slow today. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here build after other projects are built. So this is something automation test job, right? This is the second job we created. Apply, save. Okay, okay, so now go to dashboard. Let's see our 3 jobs. Okay, so we can see, right, all our 3 jobs are here. One is the first one is build and deploy to QA. Okay, so this is the first job that has been done successfully. Okay, and the second job is automation job, right? So automation test job. Okay, so here if you see this is the second job and its upstream job is build and deploy to QA and its downstream job is release to stage. Okay, so here also if you see the console output, you can see it has been executed properly. Okay, so that means this job is proper job. Okay, it will work. So now we'll see the third job, that is release to stage. Where is that? Release to stage. Okay, so this is the job. Okay, so if you see its build, so console output, so automation script is passed and code base is deployed to stage. Okay, so now we have all our 3 jobs ready. So now we have to go to the pipeline and then we have to configure it. Okay, so how to configure it in the pipeline? So let's go to the pipeline, delivery pipeline, configure. Okay, so pipeline view based on the upstream downstream relationship, and you select here the initial job is build and deploy to QA. Okay, so when I say build and deploy to QA, then build and deploy to QA's downstream job is the automation test job, and then automation test job's downstream job is the release to stage. So first this will be triggered and then automation test job will be triggered. After that release to stage job will be triggered. Okay, and we can say apply. Okay, apply, save. Okay, so now if you see this is the first run pipeline. We have not ran anything here till now, right? So there are 3 jobs are here. Okay, one is the build and deploy to QA, and then there is the automation job, and that is then release to stage. Okay, so we can run the pipeline and then we can see what is happening. Okay, so now let's run the pipeline. See, so this is the third iteration. So 2 times it has been already run. So build and deploy to QA is passed. Okay, and second job maybe it is starting the execution. We can go and see that. Let's go and have a duplicate dashboard. It doesn't take a lot of time, right? So that's what build and deploy to queue is just a echo statement, right? So that already been executed. So now if you see, the automation test job is running, right? It is in progress. And here if you see, the automation test job is in this blue color, right? It has not turned green, right? Because it is still executing. After execution is finished, this will turn green. So in the meantime, if you want, you can expand this one and see the console output of the first job. Okay, so what exactly happened for the first job, you can see. And if you want to, here also there is a run button is there. Okay, so but yeah, let's wait for this second job to get executed. Automation test job. Let's see the build number 3. So build number 2 is already executing. Because I ran it 2 times. Okay, build number 3 is already in the pending state. Okay, so let the build number 2 get executed. Here we can see the pipeline number 2. Okay, it always shows the latest one. So if you see, the third one started execution, right? So for the third build, so it already automation test job already started the execution. So let's wait for this execution to finish. Okay, after that the release to stage should get invoked and it should get executed. Here it doesn't show the history, guys. The last run is showing. We have some configuration, we can make that and see. But yeah, let's wait for this job to get finished. The third run. It's in progress. Okay, it's finishing. Let's see. And here is the history. You can see the history of this pipeline. Any configuration related things you want to do, you want to add any other step, you want to delete anything, you want to manage, we have this option on the pipeline that we can use. So triggering a new build of release to stage. See, so now the third stage will get invoked. I need to refresh it. Okay, so if you see, the second for the third invocation, like I ran it 3 times, right? So first, second, third. For the third run, if you see, build and deploy to QA was successful, it is already done. And then automation test job got invoked, and it took 1 minute and 4 seconds. Okay, after that what happened, then release to stage. Okay, so that also echo statement that took 0.78 second. Okay, so if you want to see the output, you can click here and you can see. Okay, the build information, for that build information you can see. Okay, we have all those information for the build. Okay, you can look it from here also, right? And here also you can see. Okay, deploys to stage. So this is basically nothing but how a delivery pipeline is made. Okay, and you can use this we have used this plugin, right? Build pipeline plugin, right? And with that build pipeline plugin, you can see, you can create visually. Okay, but there are 2 different other ways to create the pipeline also. One is the scripted pipeline, another one is the declarative pipeline, right? These are the 2 things what we are going to see in the next session. Okay, so if you guys are really enjoying these videos, I'll request you to subscribe to my channel, and please share with your friends and colleagues so that they can get benefit out of it. And if you have any questions or any doubt, you can put them in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And please